Hi, I'm Margie Abbott, and I've homeschooled for about 30 years. And I had 6 children. I had a large family. Every one of them learned differently. There was different learning needs, and so when I would look for curriculum, it was always hard to find something that would fit for everybody. Because some of I had children that learned slower, and some were just, I felt like I was chasing them to learn their math, and so and went beyond anything I've ever done in math. So. I just kind of wondered, is this kind of a one-size-fits-all curriculum? How do you see that fitting in a family? Because lots of homeschool families have a lot of children.
Well, that's a good point, Margie. I believe that each child should climb the ladder of learning math at their own pace and should go as high up that ladder as they want to for their greater aspirations in life. So, as you know, we start them, this is post-elementary now. We start them with what we call the Practical Math Foundation, tiers 1 and 2. And if they're not going to go to college, they're just going to say go to the military or go into private industry, they're basically done. They can go into tier 3 if they want to go to college and they want to do all the SAT and the ACT, but that's all. And then if they want to go into science and engineering, we have tiers 4, 5, and 6. And so they can climb that ladder at their own pace as high as they want to go. And different students, it'll be different for different students. Now, each one of these tiers can be bought individually, and we've been doing that for some time now. But we've had families that say, look, we have children going at different paces and so on, so we put together a family plan, we call it. And you enroll a child in the family plan, it's so much a month, and then they have access to everything, and they can go whatever is the right pace for them. And some children are going to go faster than others, further than others, it depends on the child. And you just keep enrolling the family plan, and we try to keep the cost as low as we can so that it's affordable. So as you know, the way this all works is that basically I'm the teacher on the videos, and you're the coach as the homeschool parent. And so you're hiring me as a tutor, and on the family plan for one child it's a little less than $1 a day. And you got access to me. That child has access to me 24/7, so they can study on their schedule when they want to. They skip a day, it doesn't matter. They do 2 or 3 lessons. They can do whatever they want. If you have a second child, you want me for that child too. So for another 20 cents a day, you get that. In other words, it's $25 for one student. It's $30 a month for 2 students, and then $35 for 3 students.
So you're just adding $5 if we need to add another student.
Yeah,
really
each student is another $5. In fact, we cap it at 40.
For a whole month?
For the whole month, yeah.
Wow.
And we cap it at $40, so if you do have 10 kids, you're gonna get a real deal because, you know, you're gonna get it $40 is the most that you, and on top of that, you as the parent, as the coach, if you want to take it along with them, you can, and that'll be included in the deal. And some parents do and some don't. Now, we don't recommend, it's up to the parent. If you want to learn math along with your child, that's fine. Maybe you know math already, or maybe you don't. Your job is going to be a coach. You're going to make sure your student signs up, gets the whatever rewards you want. We have a whole series of videos on coaching that you'll need to, as a parent, want to watch, because it all has to do with how you use extrinsic motivators until the intrinsic motivators kick in, and I won't elaborate on that now, but we have training videos on that.
Wow, you have videos that just teach parents how to be good coaches.
Oh,
That sounds
yeah.
good to me.
Well, and we have a lot of videos that are free for anybody, whether they buy our program or not, that will help them improve if they're teaching on their own. There's all sorts of videos, and we have like 70 some videos that are open to the general public. It's not part of our training program. But so that's what we've tried to do with the family plan, and it's getting a very good reception because it's letting people get what they need for their children at the pace they need it.
For as long as they need
And
it.
as long as they need it, and if they need to take a couple weeks off or a month off, that isn't gonna, they're not gonna lose anything. It isn't like, oh, now we're behind, we can't catch up. You just go right back and keep on going.
Oh, wow. That sounds really good. So, what about the cost of the program? You said was like $25 and then $5 for each kid. You've got a cap on it.
Per month.
Per month. And so, and if there's multiple students, I think that sounds like a really good way for us to do that and not, and not cost us a whole lot of money as homeschoolers. I know for us it was a
Well,
great expense.
money's always relative, and what's a lot of money for one person might not be to another. We
That's
understand
true.
that, and in fact, if we have a family that has in financial problems, we have them contact us, and we try to make arrangements for something they definitely can afford, if that's too much. Most families can afford that. That's pretty doggone reasonable when you think about it. But there may be other ways they can earn it or get it, and we want every student to get the training they need, regardless of their family's financial circumstances. So let's say that the father's been laid off and there's no income, or there's difficulties, they're going through some. We'll work that out. Call us and let us work something out with you.
Wow, that is really, really sweet. Now, the other question that came to my mind was the fact that, you know, it's self-paced, but do you ever have the students work together, like two children work together? What's the things we should watch out for when you have
That's up to, you're the coach as the parent, and it's up to you to decide if that's a good thing or not. If the children are compatible, and let's say you have one child that's further along than the other one, and that child can maybe do a little tutoring and helping, that's fine. But don't compare them. Don't ever make a contest out of it. But it's always good to work together, and maybe you'll come up with special projects as a parent. I mean, there's no limit to the kind of things you can apply math to. So you may be able to apply math to some other subject you're studying. Maybe you've got a science project, or maybe you've got a building project or landscaping or whatever, and you go to your child and say, hey, we've got to design this garden over here. How much mulch do we need? Can you help us figure that out? Well, it depends on how far they've gone in the program, whether they're ready to do that or not with the math, but it lets them know. So the more interactive you can be as a parent, or the children can be in special projects, that's great. Just don't ever let one child feel that they're inferior to another child because they're going slower. Don't do that. That's psychologically wrong. It hurts the child, and it's not necessary. But other than that, sure, I'm a great believer in teamwork and cooperation and challenging. And if you want to have contests occasionally, maybe that's okay. But I'm a little leery of that, frankly.
Okay. Well, it really does sound like it's a family-friendly curriculum to use, and that was one of the things we looked for, is things that kind of pulled our family together and kept us all on the same page. And but yet still allows them that independence to learn separately, and that's tremendous. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.